All right, peace and blessings, everyone. Happy Thursday. So, today I want to share an exercise with you that's really going to help you to kind of remove, well, first find and then remove an energetic block that may be keeping you from manifesting things that you desire. So, how many times have you set a goal and you're like, I'm gonna manifest this, I'm gonna do this? You're doing your spiritual work, you're doing your meditations, you're doing your affirmations, you're seeing it, you're visualizing it, but it's still not showing up. It's not showing up, or maybe in the timing that you think it should show up, but it hasn't happened yet. And you're like, well, what am I doing? I'm doing all the things that are in the textbook for manifesting. Why is it not coming to me? So what happens is that there is an energetic block somewhere. So this block was created probably when you were young in the first 7 years of your life, and it got embedded in your energy. And because we store energy in our bodies, it also got embedded somewhere in your body, this energetic block. And this is why you can sometimes have certain pains or aches and things that you can't really explain, but it's just blocked energy. And it's something you internalize at a very young age. And what happens is these blocks create patterns. And we keep living these patterns over and over and over until we find them and we choose to remove them, right? And there are many ways that you can remove patterns. We're gonna take an energetic approach today with this exercise. It's a very powerful exercise, and it's one that I've done with myself more than once, but it's something that I've revisited lately, and so I thought it would be an amazing thing to share with you. So I want you to get clear. So let's just do money, right? We can't go wrong with removing a money block, right? And I would say that most people have money blocks on some level, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in, we're gonna really look within ourselves. We're gonna start to ask ourselves a few questions. So we're gonna really start with first grounding ourselves. So you want to just find your connection with the earth, so feet on the floor, or if you're sitting on the floor, that's fine. You want to really root yourself and connect with Mother Earth. And then what we're going to do is we're going to call in this pure white light, this white healing light, or source energy, or love, divine light. So we're going to call this energy. Imagine that you're sending yourself up about 300 to 400 feet up, and you're connecting with this beautiful light of source. And you're going to allow this pure white healing light to flow down through your crown. See it coming into the crown. And then you're going to see the light moving all the way down through the body, through the arms, the torso, through the legs, all the way down through your feet. And just continue to watch this light as it comes into your body. This light is a light of purification. So we're inviting in this healing light. We're connecting to the energy of source. And now we're gonna focus our awareness as we connect to Mother Earth deep down. So imagine you're sending energetic roots down into Mother Earth, deep into her Earth's core. So imagine connecting with her core, and at this core there's a very healing, nurturing, stabilizing energy, almost like a mother, a grandmother. So connecting to that energy, very healing energy. We're going to tap into this earth energy. We're going to draw it up through those energetic roots all the way into our feet, pulling earth energy up from below into the feet. Bring it up the legs, up the hips, torso. See it rising through the arms, through the neck, all the way through the crown and beyond. So now we've connected to source energy. We've also connected to earth energy. So we have this energy flow moving from above and below. And from here, we're going to expand our energy. And in expanding our energy, we're helping to make space, right? And so when we're holding on to negative energy or toxic energy, our aura tends to contract. So we're going to expand that energy, right? Because source energy is expansive. And we're going to use our imagination to send our aura or our energy field out So imagine it going out about 20 feet, maybe seeing it going out about 30 feet. And this is in all directions, so above, below, and all around you. And continue to expand to a field that feels comfortable. Maybe it's 50 feet, maybe it's 60, maybe it's 80 feet. And just feel yourself really nurtured, feel yourself really supported with the earth energy and with source energy, and now your aura is expanded. And now from this expanded state, I want you to connect with that money block. And just intuitively, you want to see or feel in your body where this block may be manifested, or what area of your body it's connected to. So you're kind of doing a scan. For me, it's helpful to use my hands because I do healing work, so my hands always take me to the exact place. But you could do that. You can maybe just get an image in your mind of where that blockage is. You want to ask first, what emotion is this blockage connected to? What emotion is it connected to? So that could come in a lot of things. It could be fear. It could be feeling unworthy. It could be pain, feeling not enough. Whatever it is, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's just whatever intuitively comes, go with that. And then I want you to ask, when was the very first time that I experienced this emotion? When was the very first time that this energy came through for me? So we're going all the way back. Now, you may not exactly remember the scene or what exactly happened at that time, and you may, right now you're just trying to get the age. And sometimes these things go so far back. It happened before you were born, when you were in your mother's womb. And I had that experience for myself when I did this exercise. I was about 3 months into my mom's pregnancy when I came against this particular block that I found. So this is really deep work. You more than likely, it happened within the first 7 years of your life, because that's when we're in a state of theta waves. We're basically absorbing everything like a recorder. We're recording everything around us, and we're taking it in. We're embedding it into our consciousness. So when you have the age, then you want to ask, is this imprint from my mother or from my father? Did it come from myself, or did it come from somewhere else? So if your mother and father didn't raise you, maybe another caretaker, a grandmother, or aunt and uncle, maybe an institution. You might have gotten it from a church or school. So just asking yourself, where did it originate? And then getting clear on that. Perfect. And now what we're going to do is we're going to transmute this energy. We're going to clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. So that's the language we're going to use. We're going to clear and transmute this energy across all time. Remember, we're going back in time. Across all dimensions, we have multiple dimensions of self, right? We have physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, not to mention the many dimensions that we may exist in the universe. We're going to clear it across all space, right? Space and time in reality, right? Because we've created this reality based on this pattern that we set back in time. So we're going to dissolve this energy. We're going to bring in this healing light. We're connecting again to that light of source. And we're going to call that light into that particular area that you indicated that blockage was. And you're going to just dissolve this energy. You're going to dissolve it in this light. So knowing that this healing light has the ability to clear and transmute this energy across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And just allow it to dissolve. And if you feel yourself, feeling a little uncomfortable, call in more light, right? This light is here to support you in removing this energetic blockage. So you just call in that light until you feel like it's dissolved. And what may happen sometimes is you'll notice that another area gets your attention, right? So these patterns, think of a kind of like a big web, everything essentially is connected. So as you clear one thing, another one may surface to be like, hey, clear me too, right? And so it's kind of like an onion being peeled. We're just constantly moving through, clearing, releasing these patterns that we have set over time and we've been reliving over time. And so, this is an exercise that you can do over and over as you need. So if something else pops up, then just go ahead and send it light. You can also ask the series of questions that we did before. But if you want, you can just go ahead and transmute, clear it through all times, dimension, space, and reality, and let it go without having to get into the story. Sometimes it's nice to understand where it came from, but we don't have to do that for everything that comes up, okay? So after you've dissolved it with the light and you've gotten to a place where you feel really good, what we want to do is we want to fill that with positive thought forms, right? So what is it that I can do to feel supported? What is it that I can do to feel more abundant? What is it that I can call in to feel, whatever that emotion was initially, the opposite of it? What can I do to feel more courageous? What can I do to feel more empowered? And just allow the answers to come up for you, right? Because your soul knows, your higher self knows what it needs to feel supported, to feel loved, to feel connected, to feel empowered. And so by asking that question, you're creating space for those answers to come, right? And when that internal guidance comes, then you follow it, right? And that could be having a healthy conversation with your mom or with your dad if they're still alive. And sometimes if they're not, we can still have healthy conversations in the spirit realm. And sometimes it's just, loving yourself more and allowing space for yourself to really receive. So it's going to be different for you depending on what your specific thing or case was. It's a very powerful exercise, so I invite you to experiment with it. Again, calling in that white light into that area. So notice where it is in your body, where that blockage is. It could be in a specific chakra, it could be connected to a specific organ, it could be like in your shoulders, a muscle tension or pain you may have been carrying for a long time, back pain, not knowing what it was or where it really came from. Because pain is just blocked energy, and a lot of times it's emotional in origin. I'm a massage therapist and I see it all of the time. And, I had that conversation with my clients, about stress and what's going on in your life, because they want to think that usually a physical origin. That's just how we're trained to think. But I challenge them to think a little deeper. Maybe it could be something a little different. So just knowing, like, if you have a particular issue with a particular body part that tends to come up over and over again, there's probably a thought form or a pattern, blocked energy that's around that particular body part. And so you can do this exercise to help clear and transmute that energy, and more than likely that pain will dissipate, if not disappear altogether, when you really get to the origin of the cause. So that's why it's so important for you to say, when was the first time that I experienced this? Because it's usually at that time that you locked it in from that very first experience. And once it's locked in, it creates patterns that we keep repeating over and over and over. So in a relationship, you know, if your dad, for an example, you know, I could use my own example. My father was absent. He was not around when my mother, you know, gave birth and was pregnant. And so his absence affected me, right? And what I internalized about men, having abandonment issues, you know, and so creating patterns around men, you know, not feeling I could trust men, or attracting untrustworthy men because that was the thought form that I had locked in, or that men would hurt or abandon me because that was the thought form that I locked in. So it wasn't until I had to go into this pattern and restructure it, create something new, transmute and clear that energy, before I started having a different experience with men. And so I invite you to, like, look into your life and see where these patterns may be showing up, and maybe try this exercise as a way to unblock and to clear and transmute that energy. So anyhow, that is the exercise today. I hope you found this video helpful. I would love to hear your feedback. If you have any experiences, any aha moments, you want to put those in the comments. I look forward to reading them. And if there are any questions that you have, feel free to ask those as well. But it's a very, very profound exercise, and one that I think can benefit a lot of people. So share this video with someone if you found it helpful, and be sure to subscribe and like my channel. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Namaste.